We'll go to 2-State Vampire on Kelby. I think it's also hosted on the Australian server, but we're on Kelby because I'm closer to that. Pick Vampire. So yeah, Gamafunk did a Necromancer from what I'm told, and he was doing a Enchanter, right? So I mentioned I might do an Earth Elementalist and get the big time stabs with Petrify. That's an option. I might also do like a fighter instead, you know? But I feel like we'll get the most mileage out of showing off the bloodless and alive state transitions if we play some kind of stabber. Thanks to Hellmonk, by the way, for sending that raid. I do appreciate that. I don't know if he's in here, but if so, thank you. Okay. So normally with an Earth Elementalist, I'm more interested in just grabbing LRD and wrecking everything, but this is going to play a little bit differently. It's always been a little strange to me that vampires have +1 transmutations aptitude, but we're going to try to use it. Let's try to find a dagger as soon as possible so that we can turn this character into what we actually, what we actually want it to be. Nice, gaining some stones right off the bat. Now, I'm staying alive because I want the regen, and hopefully we don't run into like a, you know, a D1 adder or something, which would be pretty obnoxious. But that's also pretty rare. Got our first dagger. It is cursed, but honestly I'm okay with that. We'll take short blades to 10. Set the skill training target. Train some stealth too. Up to about 15. We'll get there very quickly. I'm probably overusing Sandblast with the stones. It's not really a big deal. Actually, I want to see how good this regen is. It says that HP regen 0.26 per turn. Oh wow, we got a D1 null. Yeah, we regen pretty damn fast. So that's one thing in favor of being alive. Alright. So my understanding is that you still cannot go into bat form, even if you go bloodless, unless you're like level 3. So we really can't safely fight this Knoll, but we can juke him. See, we lost line of sight on him, and then he forgot where we were. Sorry about the mowing, by the way. That seems to be my landlord has chosen today to do that. But yeah, I think that being alive is probably ideal for at least D1, and then you might want to switch to bloodless for D2, possibly, just in case you see an adder right off the bat. Well, we're gonna, unfortunately, just to avoid that null, I think we're going to go ahead and go to D2. So let's go bloodless, which appears to take 5 turns. We'll get a cool stab on this guy. So bloodless, assuming it works exactly like before, we get a lot of RC, we get maximum R neg, immune to poison, and a big stealth bonus. Just kind of hoping we could kill that jackal. And if I hit 5, I think the default is that it turns me alive first, and it does. Okay. So that's fine for now, but I may want to turn that off at some point. And then it doesn't make me alive if I'm at full hit points. We should go ahead and get pass wall, by the way. Pass wall stabs are a thing you can do where it's like if things are sleeping, and like let's say something was sleeping right here in this hallway, like up here, and then I were to pass wall through from here over to here, I would automatically, you know, guaranteed get a turn to stab it. And it's really nice when you're playing a Formicid because you know exactly where things are. But it's possible on any species, really. But yeah, check this out. I'm very glad that I stayed bloodless because look at this. We had the old, you know, kobold with a curare needle going on here, which is significantly less crappy when you're just immune to poison. Alive definitely needs something on top of regen to make you want to use it. Yep, I agree. I think that in general, on almost any character except maybe a straight up melee guy, you want to be bloodless almost all the time. I am curious, this one I'm not sure about, but I'm curious if you still have the holy vulnerability when you're alive, which doesn't really affect anything except for extended. Like, the only holy effects in the game are generally in the ultra late game, like Holy Pan, Ziggurats, and things like that. I mean, honestly, I think you could double the regen on alive and still have it be balanced pretty well. Okay, so here's the adder that we ideally didn't want to play against, but, you know, we're bloodless, so it can't just murder me the way that it would if I was any other species, so that's quite nice. Let's get Dex. If you were bloodless, you could now transform into a vampire bat. So that's huge. That's a huge advantage. Let's go bloodless again. It appears that while resting I automatically went alive. I could definitely see myself getting myself killed by forgetting that that happens, and then running around alive and thinking that I'm bloodless without paying attention. Oh, we're out of stones. This kobold is being kind enough to give us more, though. Should we bother with Stone Arrow? Probably. Maybe not. Yeah, see, I just rested again and went alive, so I don't know, like, I'm usually just trying to get my mana back. Yes, I want to keep bloodletting. Okay. That's an interesting interaction, like, because I could see them through the glass, but he really couldn't get to me very quickly. It still asked me if I wanted to go undead. I'm not sure if that's really intentional or not. Oh, this is actually a bad situation. Let's sandblast past these guys so it hits the other one if it misses. We're out of stones, though. Normally I'd probably use that sling, but we need the stones for other things. Starting to get some nice free stabs here. Let's see, he can do 4+ whip. Whip is, what, 6 damage? Yeah, so he can do 10 damage. He can't one-shot us. Down he goes. In general, I'm very happy about not having to deal with the food system because I think it's kind of tedious and not super interesting. It's the only question is, can you replace it with something that doesn't have the same sort of issues, you know? Okay, here's that knoll. Not really in a position to kill him yet, so we'll go down. I see an adder. I am living right now. Let's go bloodless. Just got a big stack of stones. So we're good to go on Sandblast for a while. The goal really is to get to petrification, so we can start doing those stabs. Oh wow. He had a potion of haste. That's cute. But yeah, honestly, there should be... If I was gonna do this, I think I would almost want to, like, set it up to where there's an RC file option to go bloodless again after you're done resting, you know? Some kind of option for that would make this a lot more convenient. Because, I mean, depending on the kind of character you're playing, you're almost always going to want to do that. And I think that more often than not, you're going to want to do that. Well, let's pull to a hallway, actually. Adders can still be dangerous, even if they can't poison you. We'll go up. Oh, this is that glitch that Hellmonk was complaining about. Yeah, interesting. I hadn't seen that before, but... Weird. That's got to be like an experimental branch sort of glitch, because I've never seen that even when playing in Trunk. Yeah, see, this we want to go up and rest and then turn undead again. Definitely don't want to fight an adder while living. The poison's just too good. What's going on with this kobold? Unstoppable. Look at this. Okay, cool. We got Petrify now. We don't really want to cast it. You know, big chance to miscast, and the miscasts on that are quite bad. The potential ones. All in all, I'll say that going to bloodless, you know, is not really as tedious as I thought it would be. Do I want to try my luck with this Null? 15 damage possible. We'll probably be okay. On bloodless, I can just go bat form if I want to go away. Yeah. Well, this is interesting. You can't go bloodless. Oh, I found a bug. I think I found a bug. That's wild. Okay, so I can... That probably should happen instantly. Because what I did there, I don't know if you guys followed it, what I did was I went alive while I was in bat form, and then it said your blood-filled body can't sustain your transformation, but then it took a turn for the transformation to actually end. I suspect that should happen all at the same time. I'm gonna tell Ebering about that. But yeah, I mean, other kinds of transformation things generally don't work like that, is why I am a little curious. Blasphemer says, auto switch to regen often procced for me when I waited for alerted monsters around corners, really annoying. They should just let bloodless regen after like 20 turns of resting. Yeah, or they could make it just not happen when monsters are around. I mean, I agree. That's one of the things that when I first heard about this change, I was, number one, I was overall pleased with the idea, but I thought to myself that it was going to be, potentially that would be an issue, you know. Ah, crap. We don't want to be alive when we fight him because we want to be able to go into bat form. Crap. It's kind of funny because this is, you know, you can set up these fights and reset them and then regen super fast and then go right back into the fight, you know. So it does kind of encourage this slightly tedious play, you know. This is fine. I just use pass wall to get away. That's the thing, I guess I don't even really need to use bat form because my regen's so good, so here's a reason to be alive, you know? Just walk backwards, take damage, walk backwards. Regen faster than he does. Slightly. Finally, we got a good roll. You hear the sound of rushing water. We've got a sewer. Come to think of it, I should probably use these scrolls. It's not super duper smart for me to use them while on an unknown floor because it could be Tella, but at the same time it could be magic mapping. There's the Tella. It's fine. It should be fine. We're powerful enough to survive. Ooh. Okay. Let's pull back. Alright, so we put this shield on because shields are awesome. It's a buckler. We can get to 4 pretty quickly. We also found a Che altar, which I'm almost inclined to take. Just because it's a kind of a fun thing to do on stream. Certainly not optimal, but a fun thing to do on stream. Although that kind of takes away some of our benefit from bat form, you know, because the bat is going to be slower than it should be. On the other hand, that would give us more intelligence for Petrify really quickly and would let us pretty easily wear like Shadow Dragon armor or something. Not taking Ash for pass wall stabs. That would be an option to do that, yeah. It's just that we happen to find Che on D3 here. Alright, I'll take Ash for the pass wall stabs if we're gonna show that off. It's kind of funny because I don't actually like stabbers that much as an archetype. so it's kind of funny that I'm showing it off, but that is really the point of playing a vampire for the most part. Hey, a large shield. Alright, these guys are behind a door, so I can safely make myself bloodless. Yes, keep bloodletting. Hey, it's Sigmund. And he's woken up. He's actually dangerous for us. But we'll deal with him when we leave. We have haste, we have 3 potions that are probably curing. So, we're in a decent spot. Decent spot to deal with Sigmund. Now look at this really awesome, lengthy plant killing expose, which didn't lead anywhere. Gameplay. Hey, doesn't he? I hope you're enjoying the sounds of mowing in the background. Guy's like right outside my bedroom window. Okay, we one-shot the adder. I actually want to be living versus these things. I mean, because I want the regen. So I'm going to do that. They're having too much trouble fighting the plants to really do anything about it. I don't want to fight all this stuff at once, but I don't have to, really. If I stand here, the worst case scenario when this thing breaks is I get 2 guys next to me, and one's in water, so we should be able to melee this stuff. Oh, I should put this ring on. Wizardry. Hey, that's awesome. That's actually really helpful. That brings us closer to Petrify. Ashanzari will also help us get Petrify online faster if we were to find her. Oh man, this is so much stuff that's been lured. And the wrong plant is dying here. Worst case scenario, I can go down this way, actually, and I think I will. Well, then we'd be in water, though. Okay. Let's definitely use the Sandblast. Just go northwest. Yeah, I could do that, too. If things actually crowd you, yeah. I didn't think it would end up being a problem. Like, I figured that would happen right there, where they just die really quickly. Can never be sure, though. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Bloodless, because I know there's gonna be more adders in here. And I would prefer to get stabs. It's kind of funny how when you go Bloodless, you spray blood everywhere. Like, where is all this blood coming from, exactly? Since there's no more blood potions. Trying to keep these guys on the water so their attacks suck. Vampires can produce infinite amounts of blood very rapidly. I see. I didn't think that stab was gonna work. Alright, I was pretty sure he would wake up. Had to try, though. It's not too easy stabbing things in water. Anyway, I think the real question with this change is, like, it's not necessarily is it finicky and annoying to use, The question is it less finicky and annoying to use than the old vampires were? Because I have to wonder if it's even possible to represent a vampire in this game without it having some slightly awkward mechanics with the blood. Unless you were to just take out that whole system entirely, which almost obviates the, you know, the desire for the race. Ooh, I forgot the Sigmund was here. I could just try to petrify him. And just risk really bad miscasts. Oh wait, this is rock. Bye, Sigmund. See you later, buddy. Yeah, I was afraid it was stone, doesn't he? I wasn't actually sure. Let's go to the hallway here. Sigmund, please don't follow me. I got a pass wall into here if I want. I'm gonna stay living. This is a little goblin fort. Unlikely to be adders or anything in here, so I'd rather have the regen. Probably nothing in here that I'd need to bat form away from. Let's get intelligence so I can cast Petrify sooner. Hey, it's Robin, who has done a really terrible job protecting his buddies. I get a helmet out of the situation. I think I can go ahead and enchant that up. This character could use the AC. Okay, that's an adder. Let's be dead. Something wacky about the thing that I discovered earlier, where it's like you're dead, you go bat form, and you revive, and you actually have a turn in bat form, is that technically I could do this over water and have a turn to get out of the water, I guess. So maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. It feels weird. Okay, I think I can safely assume that I have curing. I'd rather not fight Sigmund, but at the same time I would really like to get I'd really like to get the experience off of him, so let's just petrify him. Get some sweet petrify stabs. Boom. It was a little risky. Some miscast might have killed me outright. I think that Earth miscast can like do a ton of damage to you if you're extremely unlucky. But it's not like I'm streaking right now. I'm just kind of doing a showcase, so. Oh crap, it made me alive. Yeah, Earth Miscast can petrify you, I know that, but at least with that I would have a turn to teleport or whatever, I believe. I don't think it'll instantly petrify you, I think it's the real petrify effect. But because it's a transmute spell as well, on top of that it can it can mutate you. Got a Venom Dagger, nice little find. Really just have to poison these guys once and they die, for the most part. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to ask for an RC option that makes you bloodless again afterwards. It's what I want to do every single time, you know. And unfortunately, I think that's what you would want to do on every single, almost every single character. Oh, priest. Now let's go up. How are we doing on Petrify? It's yellow now. Oh, I also haven't trained any spell casting. What am I doing? Let's at least take that to like 10. Or, yeah, 10 would be good. Should have tried for the stab on this guy. Now I'm stuck sandblasting him to death. Ogre will petrify him. Or we won't. Oh, there we go. Nice. Petrify stabs are pretty funny because, you know, in the long game, in the end game anyway, like, unlike Confuse, the spell power goes up super high, right? So you can actually petrify things that you can't confuse. On the other hand, there are monsters that you can't petrify at all because they are, you know, insubstantial or whatever. So it's kind of hard to say which is better. Unfortunately, these spell schools are kind of awkward. So there's not really overlap between the two. I just walked right up to an Orc Priest. I shouldn't have done that. Or tabbed up to him. Alright, we have enough hit points now that I'm not super afraid of adders, even while living. So, like, mostly for convenience sake, I'm staying alive right now. But, you know, the optimal thing to do would still be undead, especially because that gives you the bat form to run away. Alright, so this is 2-state Vampire Branch, but I assume it's also up to date with Trunk, which means that a Jib knows how to use this Ice Blast wand. Let's see if he is dumb enough to use it while right next to me. Looks like no. This would be a good place to be able to turn into a bat. Oh, that's a lot of crap. Mo here. Yeah, if I had it. I mean, I guess it's possible. We can read, just for fun. Oh, well, that's fog. That ruins everything. Come on, give me the poison. There we go. Wow, he doesn't want to get poisoned. Okay, Petrify didn't want to work. I'm being a little reckless. Let's back off. We can identify some things. Hey, goodbye, degeneration. Am I alone in thinking that degeneration just shouldn't exist as a potion? Hey, he didn't have that whip a second ago. Did he just find that and pick that up? Okay, I really want to be undead versus him because of the white imps. how obnoxious. Gotta reset. He juked me a little bit there. Well, now he's petrified. Down he goes. Get the stab on the jelly. Have we found any altars other than Che? I really wish I had taken Che, if I'm being honest. Like, we're on D5, and we could have had him a couple floors ago. You'd be surprised how good Che is with a stabber. I mean, especially this kind of stabber. Like, you're actually getting a lot of mileage out of it. You're getting extra dexterity, which helps with stabs themselves, and stealth, I believe. You're getting extra intelligence, which helps with spell power for Petrify, which is really the most important thing. Oh yeah, we can't petrify this guy. There's TSO. He will not accept my worship. No, bro, I'm alive. Let me in. I see we found an artifact ring mail. Let's see what's going on with this. That's not terrible. We'll probably put that on once we get a little more training. Artifact ring, Arlec, AC -2. That's sort of worth it. I mean, it is worth it, I guess. TSO Snapper. Yeah, that's just how I roll, man. Got the stylish ogre stab. Honestly, we'll probably just go for Dith or something. Dith or Ashen'Zari for those pass wall stabs, like, what was his name? Like Headless Odin was saying. I think that was you who said it. 2 Rings of Wizardry. Well, we can pop on that and have yellow petrify again for the miscast rate. It says 5 pips of stealth with that on, and I think 6 pips without. I can live with the robe. I'm getting so many free kills right now that I'd rather just keep the robe on and have as much stealth as possible. Man, petrify stabbing is just so fun. Let's go Dex. Alright, there's our MO scroll. Blinking, teleport. I'd like to identify vulnerability. That's super, super useful for this character. Brand weapon might be useful later. We'll put it on the shopping list, and the other MO we'll go ahead and buy. Good stuff. We could buy some identify, but I'm fine waiting. It's totally cool. Oh, I've got some fun. I've got a fun idea for you guys. We've got Usk on this floor. We could enjoy some Usk stabs, I guess. Kind of ruins the point of going for petrify, I guess. But it is an option. And I'm forced to wonder, I don't know exactly how the math works, but, So the thing is that as you kill things with Uskawa, right, it moves the piety up, right, in the combat. And it's based on damage, I think. So I'm forced to wonder, if I were to get a stab on something, does that do so much damage that it pumps my piety up super fast? That I'm not sure about. All these other gods are just not, other than Che, are not super thematic with what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, Usk stabs are pretty fun. I don't know, I think we're gonna stick with the plan of either Dith or Ashen Zari. We're doing so well that we don't need to rush into something just to get a power boost. It's not too late to go Trog. Well, there is no Trog altar yet. Like, if I were playing optimally, by the way, if I really wanted to just be the most optimal character possible, I probably would have taken Usk, just because he offers an immediate and massive power boost. That AK of Trunk. It actually doesn't sound so bad. Is abandoning Lagonu even... Is there even anything particularly bad that can happen there other than getting sent to Abyss? It's not like he LCSs you like Vehumet does. Hey, Wand of Paralysis, that's sweet. The first altar we find in the temple is in fact Trog. R.I.P. the iconic Vampire of Kiku, according to Leo Littlebook. We're not going to be going Kiku today. Okawaru would actually be a half-decent option for a character like this. Ashen Zari is the one you guys want me to take, and we found it here. Rue would be really good on this character. We saw that Hellmonk was cheating and using the best god, the god of Bitcoin, Gozag. But, yeah. I like to please chat, so we'll go Ashen Zari. We will... I guess we'll go ahead and curse some things. We have 3 remove curse scrolls. I foresee myself using... Well, do I foresee myself using the Rings of Wizardry for a while? I wonder. I guess we can go ahead and curse the dagger. The biggest thing for the cursing is it's not really doing anything for us yet. We just, we want more curses so we can gain piety. I want to keep 1 remove curse scroll ready in case I find like a quick blade or something. And we have boots that are already cursed. So we should get pretty good piety with her. Stab this mummy. I'm not sure, I don't have this memorized, but I know that she gives skills based on what you have cursed. What I don't remember is whether or not she'll boost stealth. I guess we'll find out. Nice. Dith Minos was on this floor too. I'm assuming, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw Gamma Funk's stream, I'm assuming that he went, Kiku. It was a vampire necromancer, so that's the obvious choice. But I could see him doing Sifmuna, because he prefers that god, I think. Nope, not getting the phantom stab today. No, I don't want to continue my ritual. Okay, we're bloodless. It's reasonably safe for us to fight this stuff. We only got the one stab, unfortunately. Let's take this back to the hallway. So here's the thing. This looks dangerous. You know, you're probably thinking, oh no, these killer bees are super fast, right? But the truth is, if I want to, I can just petrify one and walk away. Or paralyze one and walk away. And I have all these evocations now as well. Or these wands. I didn't actually train evocations yet, but the long story short is like this is safer than it looks. However, I'm starting to get concerned. So I'm gonna leave. This display bug is pretty weird because sometimes it doesn't turn the screen black. What it appears to be is like a transformation bug. In computer science, the transform is when you're displaying an image and you're moving it in some way, and it's the coordinates are getting like transformed, and it's showing me when I go downstairs. Sometimes it's just like popping me over here, or like into the darkness or whatever. So I'm willing to bet that whatever that bug is probably pretty easy to track down. Just look at whatever's touching the code that's moving the view screen, you know. Especially with regards to going downstairs. What I'm mostly curious about is why I haven't seen it, except in this branch. In this, special vampire version, you know. Like, what could Ebering have possibly done that touches the vampire code, but also messes with the map, you know? Okay, we've got yaks. It's entirely possible that we're coming up on the lair entrance. Also, check this out. Here's another reason you almost don't even need to go alive if you're playing a stabber. When you attack things, right, as a bloodless vampire, there's a chance that you'll use your fangs and you'll drain a little bit of hit points, right? But if you stab things and you have less than 100% hit points, you almost guaranteed, you know, it says you bite the yak and draw its blood, and you're guaranteed to get like a bunch of hit points back. So I went from like 40 hit points to 68 just by stabbing a yak to death. So, I don't know. The whole alive thing is, it's like a cute gimmick, but I don't know how much it matters in reality. Maybe on a different archetype. Maybe I should have played a vampire fighter and shown off somebody who's not a stabber, you know. But I almost feel like you're wasting it a little bit if you're playing a vampire and not doing stabbing to some degree. At the same time, I'm not a big fan of stabbing in general, so who knows? Who knows what's actually optimal? Hey, I actually might want to purchase these remove curse scrolls. Weirdly enough. Is there anything else I want to curse? I could curse the shield. Yeah, let's buy them. That's almost like buying piety. Curse the shield, you are moderately bound. I still don't get any benefits out of it. That'll happen next pip. But I am getting piety faster the more things are cursed. Body armor. I want this character to end up in Shadow Dragon armor just because it's almost never a good idea to wear it. So I always find it cool when I can make that happen. Oh, this is annoying. This is really annoying, actually. Crap. Trying to paralyze. There we go. Kind of wasted a lot of wand uses there. Do I want to fight this out, or do I want to just walk away? I think I want to just walk away. Okay, this is all right. Wow, not giving me any stabs, any hit points from the stabs this time. Probably because you... Well, here's a wacky thing. I think that it won't give me hit points from the killer bees because you can't drain the corpses, but you can't drain the corpses anyway under the new system. So the game's still keeping track, if I'm reading this correctly. I think the game is still keeping track of which monsters are like edible, and only letting you drink blood from them in an attack if they are. And I'm forced to wonder, like, should it still be doing that if, you know, if draining corpses is not a thing anymore? Because, like, if I press C here, I can't even, you know, I can't do anything with it. It's just a thought. Hopefully Ebering will be inclined to talk about some of this stuff, because I think that like because of the fact that this new change exists, like it might behoove us to think about like how should the vampire actually be set up, you know? Oh wow, I'm playing very stupidly here. Petrify, please. Yes, okay. I should go bat for him. What am I doing? Just trying to talk and play at the same time. Not always the right choice. If you time it really well, you can petrify things, and then you can spend a turn next to them. Uh-oh. Well, I can't be paralyzed. What an out-of-depth experience, though. D8 Hornets. Imagine if I wasn't immune to their AF Poison Paralyze. Okay, I'm alive. I don't want to be alive. Let's go up. Yep, here's the bug again. Seems like if I go into map mode, like Shift X, and then escape to leave map mode, it fixes it. So if you experience the same problem, that's a workaround for you. But yeah, check this out. If I swing, I think, one more time, no, two more times, three? Curious. He's taken a long time to actually finish getting petrified. Let's go up. Okay, another interesting trick with petrification is you can cast it. So he's getting petrified, right? Slowly petrifying. Cast it again, and it instantly petrifies him. So you can sort of hasten it along if you're so inclined, and sometimes that is the right thing to do. And the thing is, on this character, like, there's no spell hunger, right? So, outside of preserving my mana, there's not really much of a reason for me not to do that, you know? Here's a fun one. People always complain, I hear this all the time, that like death yaks are super dangerous, and they're not. But like they're extremely dangerous for newer players because they just see that it's, you know, it's got a bunch of hit points, it's got 30 damage, and the thing is, especially for hexers, like, look, I can't really hex them 5%. But, you know, they're definitely defeatable even early on like this. You just have to kind of be really tedious about it. One thing I could do is try to petrify him over and over and wait until the 5% works and just keep resetting the fight until I get it. Oh crap. Let's bat for him. Another thing I could do is just like damage him and keep resetting the fight that way. you know? Now, we have a special, we have a few special benefits, being that we're a vampire, because, like, number one, I can fight this dude, get him fully poisoned, and if I'm damaged, just walk away and have my regen. Or if I was bloodless, I could go into bat for him and actually be faster than him. So those make this process a lot easier, but even if you're like a human enchanter, you know, you can reset these fights. You just have to wait for random energy to trigger, you know, and then go to a staircase. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. We can just sort of fight this guy, keep him poisoned, stay above 30 hit points so he can't one-shot. Even if he gets random energy in his direction. Try to keep him poisoned so he's not regenerating. Got a really good hit on us. Let's run away. So he's not regenerating, we are. Again, it's kind of tedious, but like this is just what you have to do, this sort of thing. If you're playing a... Oh, crap. Okay, if he gets random energy, he could kill us. That's very bad. I played a little bit too risky here. See, he actually did get random energy. So that was extremely bad for me. But he didn't kill me. I was at 27 hit points by the time he got the random energy. But yeah, that was my fault entirely for letting that happen. Really, I should try to stay above 60. And he got most of his hit points back, unfortunately. However, I just got the Petrify on him. And then the stabs make him die instantly. See that we have a cloak. It's cursed. I'm happy about that. And I see that we have, you know, we have more death yaks on the floor. But they've sort of gotten away from me, you know. So, I actually want to hunt them down. I want to pull one up and kill it. The thing is, I'm going to get so much experience from these things. And as long as I don't make a mistake, it's, you know, it's free risk, it's risk-free experience, you know. Oh, crap. This is alright. I just need to regen. The only thing I'm losing right now is, I suppose I am losing Ashinzari Piety. I think I'm just going to have to keep trying. Alternately, to save the tedium of this, we could just go straight into Lair. But like, I think the best way to kill this guy right now is to just try to get the Petrify on him. It's only 5%, but it can happen. If you think about it, 5%, that's 1 in 20, you know? So in theory, and I know this isn't actually how statistics works, but in theory, that means like I do it 20 times and he gets petrified. That's the expected result. So it's just like kind of a matter of not letting him kill me. See, there it is. There it is. And stabs are so, like, unbelievably powerful that if you get it, you know, if you get it started, then you're good to go. But I'm gonna not do that again, just because it's kind of tedious. We're just gonna go into lair. We'll get some more experience. We'll come out probably with the ability to just tab through those guys. Also, let's remember there's a scroll of acquirement. The other thing is we could get unaware stabs on them. If we come back later. I should be careful. These things can do 20 damage apiece. Blink frogs are among the more dangerous things in lair. Nice basilisk stab. It's kind of funny, I haven't even bothered to learn LRD. Oh, hey, we found a Necro book. Also, at some point we found Summon Lightning Spire, which is easily one of the best spells in the game. And considering that we're casting spells anyway, it might behoove us to go ahead and get that online. That would let us do things like kill Death Yaks without nearly as much trouble, you know, and it would only be a very slight detour if we stay in robes. On the other hand, you know, what am I doing? I should just learn LRD. You can kill Death Yaks with that, you know, it's like, it's not like I don't have the earth training. Regen. So this is an interesting thing. I'm bloodless. I can cast, this is actually really funky because I can cast regen while bloodless, but it doesn't actually do anything. See how it's grayed out? I revivify, and it looks like regen stopped. I don't know if it's because my spell power was low and it just didn't last very long, or if the transformation itself ended it. Probably the former, because this is light blue, so it doesn't last very long at all. But I can actually make use of regen, pumping my HP regen to 1.43 per turn. Interesting stuff. But we are not a necromancer. I will pick up Animate Skeleton though. Probably won't use it, but it's not bad. Nice spiny frog kill. I'll probably just play to the end of lair. Honestly, I have this, I strongly have the belief that any character that finishes lair can easily do 15 runes if you, well, not necessarily easily, but can do 15 runes as long as you don't make mistakes. No matter how bad the RNG gets. Oh. Of course I want to go undead for this. That's a swamp dragon in lair. Swamp dragon MR is not that good though, so we get the petrify on him, and we also just don't care about his poison blast. I like to walk backwards while they're petrifying, if it's something that I really don't want to take damage from. Just kind of gives me a chance to take less damage while they're, you know, while it's working on them. Oh, this is a fun little pack. This is actually pretty dangerous. So we're gonna make some friends. Crap. Where can I go? Do I want to just bat form and walk away from this stuff? I think I want to get into this hallway. Ah, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. How much damage is possible? 12, 24, 36, and then another 20, so 56 damage possible. Let's, wow, I've kind of done a dumb thing here. I could pass wall out of here, I guess, but it wouldn't really send me away. Let's haste. Step, step. Much better. Much better situation. Unfortunately, we've still got dudes coming around. That was a potion of mutation. This has got to be heal wounds. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. It just is a matter of how many resources I want to use. Yeah, probably Blasphemer, you're probably right that Tela or Fear is the right move here. The only reason I haven't done that already is I was trying to conserve since the game has seen fit to only give me 2 Tela so far. So I try to conserve those when, like, if it's possible. And we are bloodless, so I can, you know, here, I'm just gonna pass wall. The thing is, like, I don't need to waste more resources because I'm hasted. Hasted bat form. Good luck catching it, you know. We'll just try to get that whole pack a little bit more out of position, you know. Oh, man. Just gonna use these disintegration wands. It's not like I don't have a lot of charges. This is just the trials and tribulations of playing a character in a robe. It's been a little while since I've done that. Hey, Black Mamba. Actually quite easy when you can just petrify them. Do I care about this? Not really. But it's automatically identified thanks to Ash and Zari. It's actually very nice. Wow. +9 Morningstar. With RF. We'll grab it just for the swap. I'm still going to stay on the stabbing plan. The real question is, do I want to fight this Melihai? Not really. Especially with this ghost backing him up. Well, he's kind of a crappy ghost, but still, is there no loot in there? Nothing I care about. Except for, oops. Except for the scroll. Do we have the tools required to do this, though? We could go in, we could immolate, and we could LRD stuff to death. And then we could Tela out. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to be flashy. Now we cannot petrify a ghost, unfortunately. By the way, I'm gonna get 5 air. I'm gonna get 5 summonings just because I want the spire to be a little more castable. I kind of want to be alive right now, but at the same time I don't because of the poison. Maybe I'll Vuln. I think I'll Vuln. Try to paralyze this thing. Nope. Doesn't want to work for me. Yeah, this went poorly. I gotta teleport. Alright, forget that vault. That's... we'll come back for it. I thought I could kind of cheese it, but it just didn't want to work. That Hydra's on water. Let's engage in a better position, perhaps. The spiny frog did not want to follow me. I took this out. 29% chance. We tried several times. We had a pretty good chance of that working, but it didn't. That's fine though, because we can just reset, and then he does get petrified. And then we can just stab him to death, no problem. This is questionable. Let's do this the proper way by using Wands of Flame and Steam. Yeah, all in all, I would have to say that I think this is significantly less annoying than I thought it would be. The whole bloodless swap thing. Like, the real question is it ever going to straight up screw me over and get me killed? And I think the answer is no. Which to me, that's the real metric for whether there's a serious problem with it, is if it's getting people killed just by virtue of existing. You know, having to swap to rest, especially the RC setting, then maybe there's a problem. But I think it's mostly okay. Get more intelligence. Really want more spell power. Oh, this is obnoxious. Thankfully, Petrify lasts just a really, really, really long time. So, even with big packs of blink frogs like this, you can sort of set up stabs on all of them. Plenty of time to walk up to things, too. Looks like Ashanzari is increasing my skills now. That's nice. Might behoove me to go ahead and curse these rings. Definitely not wearing an Amulet of Harm. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and curse both the wizardry rings, which sounds weird. But with that said, I mean, there's more remove curse for sale, so there's nothing stopping me from taking those off at some point if I need to. And this will give me massive spell boosts, especially if I can curse an amulet as well. And that increases my spell power, you know. Not bad. Got 2 of them petrifying. Crap, I probably shouldn't have walked up here. Yeah, this is a bit dangerous. I've got heal wounds, it's fine. If I was playing totally optimally, I wouldn't have done this, but because I'm just kind of fooling around a little bit here, it's fine. This is actually a really sweet longsword. You can stab with long blades, and this has int +5 on it, you know. So I wonder if I should just, I probably should just swap to long blades at this point. That's a kind of a sign from God that it's time to switch to a really good weapon, you know. +2 pair of gloves, alright. Full up on armor except for an amulet. Wave of frost passes over you. Let's magic map. I see we have 6 scrolls of enchant weapon. Okay, we can't magic map, we don't have any. Do I want to just enchant my dagger? I mean, it's venom, which is not ideal, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna do it. We've got Death Yaks up to 10%. But check this out. I want to find that portal. So I really don't have time to be messing around with Death Yaks. However, Ashen Zari tells me exactly where the portal is. So the trick is we just need to find which staircase is closest. And it's this one. Oh yeah, Blasphemer, you're on top of that too. We actually started out pretty close. If it wasn't for these unfortunate Death Yaks, we could have gone right for it in a beeline, you know? Sadly, I am not in my death form right now. Okay, I mean, it's okay. It seems like we're wasting a lot of time, but it's actually... Whoops, it's actually alright. Wow, my movement is terrible. This is okay. Kind of lowering half the floor here. There's gonna be ice devils in there though. Dang. Well, you know what I said about Lightning Spire. We have it now. Okay, goodbye guys. Just pass wall out of here. Now sadly, these guys have high MR, so we're gonna acid blast them to death. Hopefully not dying to ice in the process. We're alive, so we don't have the RC plus. 16 plus 24, that's 30, 40. Technically he can one-shot me, probably not gonna happen. Acid takes care of the problem. Rest a little bit. Death Yaks don't know how to open doors, and boom, we're inside of the ice cave. I don't think I used any resources to make that happen, so I'm, as reckless of play as that was, I'm pretty happy with the result. Let's definitely go undead in here. We want to be super duper cold resist. Okay, got some consumables. I guess I should probably be using scrying now. Although I wanted to get my piety higher before I started messing with that. But do I really need the clarity sooner than later? We could get some pretty radical pass wall stabs in here. Check this out. We have LRD, let's use it. Statues are very vulnerable to it. Honestly, this stuff in here is not too hard. There's a fun little trick that you can do to, to kill the frost giant at the end. Which is basically just use an immolation scroll. Wand of enslavement, alright. The funny thing about Ashen-Zari is, like, I actually really like the concept, and I think you can do truly amazing things with that god, especially as a null because of the skill bonuses, but the scrying is, like, it's a very hit or miss with me, because, like, if you played enough of the game and you have the vaults memorized, you kind of know what's coming up anyway, you know? So it's like, you're getting more mileage out of it as a newer player, in my opinion. Hi, Death Yaks. How can I kill this with the least amount of trouble? I should acid blast him. Power of SLS. Okay, here comes the frost giant. There he is. Okay, we're bloodless, so we're RC++. He's not really that risky. He's still strong in melee, though, so let's immolate. We don't, well, I was going to say we don't have RF+, but I guess we do because I drank that potion of mutation earlier. So in that case, this is actually super safe. Let's acid these guys. Crap. I'll acid him again. Boom, explosions, explosions. I got caught in 2 of the explosions, which is not great, but Scry is good in dungeon, Talus says. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. Especially in the fact that, like, dungeon can have particularly BS vaults that spawn random things, you know, where you're not actually sure exactly what you're up against, and it could very well be like some wizards or sorcerers or something, because some of those vaults tend to kind of look the same. So yeah, absolutely, knowing that that's coming is great. And of course, what we had planned on doing in this game was to do the pass wall stabbing, which I haven't really done much of. But hey, this is a strict upgrade. Now we have RC even when we're alive. Cool. Also picked up a Staff of Earth, which I don't particularly anticipate using, but wait, did I? It says I'm carrying it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Close the door. Good God, that's a lot of death yaks. Rock wall. Goodbye. Oh, God. Alright, that's on me. I forgot how long pass wall takes. It actually takes longer if you pass through 2 rocks instead of 1. I mean, this was bound to happen with me playing recklessly to show off the new thing, but yeah, don't pass wall through 2 blocks when something that does 30 damage is next to you. That can end very badly. I don't know. I thought it was I thought they did a change recently where I could have sworn that it was like just as fast no matter how far you're going. This is one of the reasons I don't usually use pass wall, by the way. Like if I'm playing for streaking purposes, like if I'm trying to do win rate, I won't exactly like ignore the existence of the spell because it can be good, but more often than not, it's like more weird to use than just walking away. Ashen'Zari. I don't think Ashen'Zari could have really saved us here. I should have used teleport and just gotten out of here like that. Or, I mean, like I said, if I was playing optimally, I could have just bat formed and flown kind of this way and then like around. I was just sort of being cute, thinking that I could set up a lightning spire in here and take these guys out one at a time, but I miscast, and then I went to pass wall out, and it just didn't work out. But that's fine. The point of this game wasn't to win; it was to show off. It was to show off the 2-state vampires, which I think we've gotten a pretty good estimation of how it works. I think that it's if I'm being honest, I think that system will impact the early game way more than it impacts the late game anyway, because especially in extended, you're pretty much just gonna want to be bloodless the whole time because torment immunity, you know. Oh, Talus, you. I don't play like this if I'm playing for win rate. This is a showcase. It's different. I think I had some really funny deaths in my fork showcases too, like quick crawl. I think I did some kind of wacky death in that, and probably bloat crawl as well. But anyway, yeah, no, it was a fun little showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna see if I can't get some feedback to Ebering about how it went. I'll probably put this on YouTube for him to see if he finds it useful or not. Who knows? But in any event, I'm gonna cut the stream here because I have some stuff to do. But until next time, I'm signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.